Okay, so it finally loaded after 7 attempts. It had to rebuild and rebuild and rebuild. But I discovered a really neat thing called Accessibility Inspector, and I didn't know what it is. I just learned what instruments are. Now, I'm not sure if I got the Instruments app from OS 10 or Mojave. But Xcode is running. I don't know how to use it. I'm learning Xcode and Swift. Swiftify. We can close Safari. And I'm actually in the Appleseed program, and they basically are kind of toying with me, if you will, because my iPod, which is running iOS 13, whatever the latest version is, what's happened is, now mind you, this virtual machine has no sound. It has no drivers. I recreated it from, I can't log into I can log into my iCloud online, but because I have too many machines and haven't really kept track of how many virtual boxes that I've been making, and then they break down, and then I make them again, and then I try it a different way, and that's how I learn. So basically what I did was, I'm jumping around everywhere, is I took a VMDK, an image, a virtual disk image of Mojave, and then I created a profile, made the machine, logged in, and no drivers, Mojave 10.14.3. I didn't do a clean install on Windows because I didn't have the patience to sit and do the code and all the command line entry stuff. I just wanted a quick machine fast. And so I've run like Mojave 4 different times. I've run Mac OS 10 twice. But the point is, the Mac OS 10 is actually this right here. I have the entire Mac OS 10 operating system on this little file that's compressed. So the entire, like, the image of OS 10 is about 6 gigabytes. And when I had OS 10 VirtualBox running, if you will, which you don't see here, I just have the Mac hard drive. What happened is it stopped at some point because the creator of it, Hazard, Snow Leopard Hazard, has is a developer and has it scripted, and it's kind of like a Hackintosh version of OS 10, but he's got a bunch of apps in there that like developers use. So he was metadating, siphoning metadata, created a Grest account, prevented me from accessing this, accessing that. So it's like when you create these virtual environments and you want to administer this, and if you're on a network, it's best to do a clean install or a dual boot. When you're working with virtual environments and you're using virtual machine disk images or virtual machine disk, you run the parameter of not very secure. Because if you download these virtual machine disks, let's say from TextViewer, TextProbe, InfoGuide, Gulam, these, like, when you like go for the search, how to install Mac OS on Windows, and the first 5 that pop up, I tried every single one of them, and they all basically show you the same steps but slightly different. They just piggyback off each other. And then I just got lucky and started messing with the settings and got Mac OS 10 working. But then it had full sound, it had full drivers, it had old school iTunes where the radio station was free, the music was free. I could log into iTunes with the old app and it worked just fine. So I'm just going to show you what it looked like and how I found what you call an app called Instruments. Now, I don't know if that Instruments app is in Mojave or if it's in Mac OS 10, but I'm going to open up Mac OS 10, and I could probably get to the point of dual booting Mac OS 10 on Mojave. What would be the reason for that? I don't know, just to see what happens. Because in this image are a lot of apps, so it's going to mount the volume right now. Here it is. So this accessibility inspector is really interesting. What you can do, instruments, like, let me see here, I'm jumping around. Let's see if I can open my, I saved a file, I believe. But I'm just happy that it's streaming now. It took a while to rebuild because it's actually saving my steps virtually. How is that even possible, right? It defies all logic. Anyways, okay, well, we'll get back to this later. All I can tell you about instruments is that it's really cool, and we'll get back to that. Oh, there you go. There we go. There we go. So, for example, you can, there you go. Here it comes. You can create your own. This is like the developer kid in me like went crazy when I saw this because it's in I guess it's in, let's see, where all processes. I guess the Instruments is not an app that, okay, let's just put it this way. So if I go to my main hard drive and I go look at it in applications view. So this is the basic what you're going to see when you log into Mojave. I downloaded maybe 5 apps, and I'm having problems with the Appleseed because they just released Xcode for iOS 11.5, I believe, on iOS 13. They keep trying to download iOS 14 on my iPad, and because it's a very like weird transition. My iCloud only, okay, it's only a 32 gig iPad, right? The apps that I download from Play Store are well and above. It's not like Android where I have 175 apps running on a 32 gig hard drive or internal memory. But with iPad, I mean, basically, I would have to delete every single app except for 2. I could maybe run 1 or 2 apps. There's got to be a workaround that. So, like, for example, on this Mojave, it comes with your basic apps. This is what you're going to see when you log in. Now, I've made Mojave virtual machines about maybe 9 times and got successful 3 out of the 9 times. And right now, my success is at 1%, meaning that I only have 1 working correctly. But what I did was I exported OVA, which is, it's called an appliance, and then it basically, I fail saved myself, or I backed up myself so I didn't lose that machine because it was working perfectly. And I re-imported it and I got it back. So, for example, you have your image capture, iTunes, contacts, books, Automator, news, everything that you see here, right? But if you look at this, so I can get apps out of the Play Store, but because I have reached my limit of virtual machines at Apple, they're kind of like, okay, you're not going to use the iCloud now with your little experiments. But I just want to show you the old school login for OS 10 Apple ID. It's really neat. And I actually like the graphics for OS X. So this is like the login screen. It's very simple. And what I notice is that when I open the apps from OS 10, they come in the light. They don't have any dark theme because obviously there was no dark theme way back in the day. so I can't sign in. But look at this app here. Let's go into OS 10. Let's just minimize that. We'll sign out of there. Yes. But the fact that it still opens, it blows me away. So what I did is I copied a bunch of apps from this hard drive. We'll get back to instruments later. Because this is a very, very, very valuable app. Very, very valuable. It doesn't give me a minimize folder. I guess I can do it there. I want to open up the Mac hard drive and just show you where I found these apps. So I have to fix the view. So basically, a 7 gig hard drive, an entire computer, was reduced down to 178 megabytes and then compressed again into format that's portable. And basically, I have a virtual Mac running within a Mac. But I would like to know, and I went to the forum at XDA and GitHub, and there's a lot of people that are running Mojave with no audio drivers in the virtual community. So I don't understand what happened in that, because Apple is fully aware that people are running VirtualBox. I mean, people are running Linux, have been running Linux forever. So I just want to view like this. So there's the Mac hard drive boot. I believe this is the, no, this is a link to the actual drive. Let's see. It's an alias. I'm sorry, it's an alias. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Delete alias. We don't need that. Okay, so what in the applications in this OS 10, there's some interesting stuff. So, like, it doesn't come with like this app called App Cleaner. Now watch when I open it. So it's open. So here's a little app, and now if you I don't know if you can notice this, but if you notice the UI, see how this OS 10 is all white, because that's how Apple's been for the longest. Now, Big Sur, I saw the graphics on Big Sur, and I'm able to, unfortunately, I don't have a Mac to install it on yet, so I can't even get to enjoy it. So it's fine, an MPEG codec. It's asking me, do I want to clean them? It's QuickTime codec, right? And I can't get QuickTime running, or the audio drivers, or the airport, or any of that stuff. But you can just clean your apps if you want to. Oh, here's a good way. Here we go. Here we go. Here. So these are the cool little apps that are on this hard drive that are running uTorrent runs. Now, mind you, this is like from Mac OS X, okay? So Stuffit Expander works, uTorrent works, EFI Studio, Colloquy. Now, OS X82 tools, I don't want to clean it. Let's find it. Let me just put it this way. I'll just do it better this way. But the fact that it can run OS 10 apps on it, and that you can have a, different Macs running on one machine, is really cool. And that is because of the That is because of the virtual environment that we're working in. Because if you break it down, it's really simple. So I would like to install this information here. Basically, we have 4 boxes. They all look different, but basically they're all the same thing, but packaged differently. Inside Lollipop Watermelon is nothing but these 2 files right here. Inside this file is an entire computer operating system. Inside this file right here is an entire computer operating system in a zip file that you could send to your friend in an email. So let's go back to EFI. Now, I don't know how to use these apps, but I'm going to learn. So you want to add a device. Now, I can't get the Bluetooth working. I could install the drivers. If I could install Xcode, that means that this particular virtual machine is legit enough because I downloaded Xcode from the Apple developer site. It wouldn't let me install it from Apple Store. It wants me to update to Catalina, right? I could add a display. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Radeon. Which one? I don't even know. Where would the path? I don't know how to use Bonjour. I would have to edit the boot list, right? All of these things. What's the PCI info? So these are like things that people do that you can edit on your own if you have the apps. It's not just developers. If you want to learn how to do this stuff, you can. But I can open up this EFI file, right? PCI root. It found some. Wait a minute. What is this? Add your device. It found a display. So that means I guess this is my display. I don't know. You guys don't. No, I'm not trying to be funny, but I am trying to be funny because I don't know really what I'm doing. It's been an 8-month experiment. Let's just add it. I don't know. Hex string to the clipboard? Do I write it to the boot list? Oh my god! Oh my god, you guys. Is this the boot list? Oh my god. But I don't know if it's the master boot list. No, 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 no. See, this is to Mac OS X. We are not an EFI editor for Mojave. But this is how people do this stuff. I could say the hex, the XML, I could save it to a clipboard. But this is really cool. I'm just like, okay, wow. I don't get it. Remove device. Display. Let's see, bootless editor. So it's going to ask me for my password. I don't want to do that because this is not no, cancel. This is not the boot list for, and I don't even know what kind of display I have. What is the PCI info? I don't have a driver. Please install the ISP package to use this function. Okay. How do I do that? Where's the package? PCI info. ISPCI package. Where's it at? See, I'm wondering if it's going to work within Mojave. I highly doubt it. Because there's not these developer tools in 10.14.3. Remember, I'm loading this from Mac OS X. Oh, come on. Please, please, please. So, it's so very slow, you guys. That's the only. I haven't had a Mac for, I learned computers on Mac over 25, 30 years ago. I haven't had a Mac for a couple years because I had two iMacs that broke and I could never afford to buy a new one. But I got surprises coming. So, okay, so ISPCI package. I just want to see if there's such a thing in Mojave. No results. So basically, what I'm saying is I could rebuild this Mac, right? OS X within Mac OS 10.14.3 if I knew how to do all this code stuff, which I don't. I'm just barely learning Android Studio, let alone um, Xcode. That's like I haven't even begun with Xcode really. And in the new Big Sur, they let you put a background image on your Safari. Oh, isn't that so amazing? Yeehaw, Apple. People have been able to do that for the longest. You guys are late on the ship. But their overlays and transitions in Big Sur are really nice. That's all I gotta say. They have a few new features with like floating windows and floating apps. See, these are the sites, right? Hackintosh, Hackintosh. I can't tell you how many bullshit videos I've seen on this that people are rushing you like through the video and showing you things and then editing the video down so you don't actually see all the hard stuff. Okay, third party security content, Mac OS at Apple. I'm going to do that right now. If I can. I have the Mavericks version, which is a free version. You don't have to do Hackintosh. Oh my god, thank you, Tiki! My dog just gave me one of my medicines. How nice. Aw. Like, so, I have Catalina running just fine. It's, running great. That was my biggest challenge. Once I got Catalina working, I started off on OS 10, then I went to High Sierra, then I went to Mojave, and then I reached Catalina. I skipped all the others, and it's been a really great learning experience. So Big Sur is going to come out, I think, in September, but it's available on beta too for beta. Let's just see what we can download. I'm purchasing an iMac Pro. Thank you, Jesus. On financing. I decided to invest in the best. If I'm going to be doing this stuff, I'm coming at it as a designer's viewpoint. I'm not a coder, I'm not a programmer, but if I want to design apps, which I'm good at with graphics, then I have to learn the lingo. So let me just get a clean image of OS X. So, oh boy, we might be here for a long time. Hold on a second. Let me bookmark that. See if you notice it doesn't show you the link per se, this hyperlink. Let me see if I can get the address real quick. There it is. Okay, let me copy it. Copy. Save it to my notes real quick. And I could technically, if I set up a machine folder, I could drag and drop between the PC and this virtual machine that we're watching. But I haven't set that up because I don't have enough security. I can't risk infiltrators on my disk, which they already have gotten because they created. I keep finding stuff in the public folder of my Windows 10, and I'm really getting tired of it because the people have a way to get my computer, and it's not, I don't have viruses, thank God, but I have people that know how to get in and have been, and it's not always. It's fun in certain ways, but then a lot again, it's not. I just need a new note. Where is the notes? How do you make a new note? Oh my god. Where? Dude, am I retarded? Why don't they just have a little plus symbol? Command N. I don't use keyboard commands. I know they're nice, but I don't have time for that. I'm using a laptop, so I'm using a mouse. So I'm just saving that. Let me just minimize. Okay. So we want OS 10. Now, here is the problem. This is when they release the server, okay, is around this time. So which one do we get? Update. I mean, where is just OS 10, you guys? Do you see my problem? I have the server image already, but I need the actual ISO for Migration Assistance Update for Mac OS 10 Snow Leopard. Oh my god, I don't know how to do boot camp and all that other stuff. I don't know how to do that. Wow, I just want, wow, 2011. Where can't we just get, do you see all these? I can't believe it. I'm just so glad that they're offering all this for free so people can learn because it used to not be free. If you didn't have a disc, good luck. And nobody gives you disc with your computer that you buy anymore. You have to buy one or, forced to pay for extra. No, you shouldn't. Education is free. It should be free for everybody. You should not have to be charged to be educated. So there's the server. Okay. Security update. I just want regular. Okay, here we go. Snow Leopard graphics update. Airport utility. I need all of this stuff. But I need it for Mojave. But look at printer, ProKit, Snow Leopard, and later. Thunderbolt software. Printer. That's performance update 1.0. I just want to get to the basic. The OS X Bash update. I just love the graphics. That's so cool. Server, 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 server. I mean, this whole server thing, I need to take a course just in the goddamn server environment because there's, do you know how many servers we're dealing with, how many different kinds? And also, I must repeat, and will repeat, I am running this virtual machine with Hyper-V on in Windows features. And everybody says from VirtualBox Forum to GitHub to XDA, you're not supposed to run VirtualBox with Hyper-V on because you already have the feature virtual machine feature turned on by default if you use VirtualBox. It is built in the newer generation PCs, Mac OS, etc., etc. It's 10.6.8. I'm pretty sure. No, I lost, my computers broke down on 10.6.8. I just don't know. I guess it's the legacy version, but I can't find it. OS 10 Mountain Lion? No. Why is it going to Mountain Lion? It's not Mountain Lion. I thought it's called Snow Leopard. But I don't know which version. What's it called? Oh my god. Samsung printer drivers. Oh, it's 6.1? Hold on a second. Seventh major release of Mac OS. It's just called Mac OS Snow Leopard 10.6. My Macs were running 10.8. There it is. The iTunes. This version right here has the free radio. Oh my god. Oh my god. How many security updates do you need, for crying out loud? I think it's not available. I think I'm going to have to go to the IMD, the historic library, to get it. I'm going to find it. I don't give up. We'll find it, but I'm definitely going to get the original image and then create another machine for it. Security update. Server update. Graphics update. Whoa. weren't we just here, you guys? Am I getting caught in a wormhole? Isn't it just called 10.6? See how it jumps around? This is not in any fucking order. This is just like a place to get you flustered. It's just, see how it jumps around potential 6.5 to for early MacBook Pro. Huh. Well, iMac 11, I know, I'm getting a MacBook Pro, so I wonder if I can run that version on the MacBook Pro. 6.5 update combo. Mac OS 10.4.6 for Intel. Okay, we're getting close. Server, we're getting there. We're getting there. I have an Intel, so that's probably what I need. PPC, no. Server, server, server. That's going way too low. I can't go that low. 6.1. Maybe this is it. No, 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 no. I don't want to lose that page. I'll fart. Frack, frack. I can't do an update. I need the actual snow leopard itself. Well, let me think about this because I actually do have an ISO. Okay, so let's arrow back. I didn't even know they had this version. Oh, the DMG cannot be that small. Oh, that's right, because I have to convert it to ISO. I forgot. Bluetooth, iWork, Automator, iDisk. This is like I'm going way reverse. I need to be trying to do like future, but I just want the audio drivers and I can't seem to get it to work. So let me see here about something. Let's do this. Let's duplicate this page. It's already done downloading. Okay. I'm going to quit out of EFI Studio for now. But you're not going to find EFI Studio in um, like Mojave. I really don't think so. Okay, so we'll just close out of there. I just want to get the boot list editor. That's what I need. But once again, it's not going to find the boot list editor from Mojave. If I could just change the boot list and then use the EFI shell to switch and load boot from the EFI, then I could get lucky and just create my own EFI boot list. Huh. So that's Friday, August 17th, 2018. So how could I find the boot list in my Mac Mojave? We will revisit that later. technically I can do that. Okay, so the downloads are done. Now I have to make an ISO. I forgot how to create a new blank image, but I think it has to be DVD master and it has to be Apple partition, not GUID and not master boot record. Why Safari is this is so damn slow. I can't take it. I'm just going to minimize Safari for now and let it do whatever it's doing. So, like, there's an app here called, which is pretty pacifist, which is pretty intense. Because that's not something you're going to find in, just look at it. That's not something you're going to find in the newer iOS operating systems that come stock. Because this is for developers, people that create and edit and make their own computers. Something has modified this application bundle. Okay. So when I actually, yeah, because when I ran Mac OS 10 just a few days ago, it was working fine. So if I wanted to, how would I see this, right? Let's just duplicate. We're going to look at them side by side, right? In the same format. We're going to look at 10.14 and we're going to look at OS 10 side by side, okay? So this is how Mojave looks, okay? And this is how OS X looks. So, if I was to go into this library, there we go. Okay, now we're getting there. Okay, I was one column over. So, there we go. So let's click on, oh wait, where's the applications? Okay, so, hmm. Okay, so there's volumes, extensions, fonts, application support. We're looking at it in column view. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to be there. That's right. Okay. I was just lucky to get Xcode. That's all I can say. Okay, so what we need to do is swing back this way and go into applications. But how do I do that? I need to go back one. Oh, that's because we're in Pacifist. Here we go. Oh, come on. Okay, so there we go. Now we should be on the same page, technically. Ah, you see, they don't like me messing around with this stuff. I'll be back. I'll be back.